Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Busch of the Busch Chiropractic Pain Center and also Busch All Cash Academy. I want to thank you for taking the time to visit BuschAllCashAcademy.com. Now today, I'm going to give you some free tips for running a cash practice. These tips are vital to your success and to your future. Forget everything that you've ever heard about doing cash. Just throw it all out the window. I've specialized in doing all cash case fees for the last 15 years. I've presented case fees to just about every type of patient you can imagine. After all this time, it really is hard not to be an expert when it comes to cash. When I say cash, I'm talking about case fees ranging from $1,500 to $9,500 or more, paid in full up front. The patients start care and they have a tangible investment which makes them compliant and pleasant to treat, and they get better quicker. To start, you know you need to get the phones ringing and to get patients through the front door. But how often have you tried numerous different marketing ideas and none of them have really worked for you? Really, none of them worked for any period of time anyway. The biggest problem 9 out of 10 times is the indirect marketing, or the marketing that actually isn't reaching the target patients that you want to see. Now today we've got 3 steps for you for correct marketing, and that's what we're going to go over today. Step number 1, you have to figure out what types of patients that you actually want to treat. Now, being in practice for the last 15 years, I've seen all kinds of different advertising from really all kinds of different people, all kinds of different professions. One thing that I've seen throughout the years is that chiropractors really don't know exactly what they want to treat or what types of patients they really want to help or what types of patients they want to attract into their office. They advertise for headaches, they advertise for back pain, disc problems, weight loss. The list goes on, but they're all on that same commercial or that same advertisement. And I hear the same thing from doctors all over the place. Well, doc, I have to get somebody through the door. I just have to make sure that my lights are still on. And that's a great point, you do. But shouldn't it be the types of patients that you really want to treat and that you have a passion for helping? If you want to treat patients with leg pain or back pain, you need to target those patients. If you want to treat patients with fibromyalgia, you need to target them. The point is, make sure you know who it is that you want to treat so that you can figure out what marketing needs and what your marketing needs are and what they need to be based on. If your car needed a new transmission, would you go to Fred's Carpet Cleaning, Discount Foods, and Car Repair? Or would you just take it to a company that specializes in transmission repair? You know the answer. Step number 2, find a good marketing company. Look, here's the deal. I'm a great doctor. In fact, I'm the best chiropractor I've ever met. But I have to tell you, I'm not a marketeer. Now, while I've learned a lot about marketing since I began practice, I still work very closely with the marketing companies that we've used for many, many years. My phone rings every day because the company knows what my long-term goals are. They know who I want to target. They know what types of patients that I want to treat. And they've worked very hard with me to find out what the best method of delivery is. And so it gets my target audience. They work to make sure that every dollar that I spend is stretched as far as it can be so that none of it's wasted. Sure, at this point, I could try to do it on my own. I could try to find a better deal. But you know what? I like it when my phones ring. Now, step number 3, be different. If you advertise like the guy down the street who's charging $14 for an adjustment, pretty soon you're going to be the doctor down the street who's charging $14 for an adjustment. You need to advertise in a manner that specifically talks toward the symptoms that you want to treat and how you're going to help them. You need to be clear, be concise, have a long-term plan in mind. There are a lot of guys and gals out there that advertise like it's a fire sale. They just want to get some new patients through the front door. They're giving away things for free, but don't fall into that trap. Basically, you have to have a long-term goal. The first step in turning your practice into a gold mine is making sure that you know what patients that you want to target and you know how to target them. The only thing worse than what we've talked about to this point is not having a marketing plan at all. Okay, now to review, you need to know who you want to treat, you need to find a good marketing company, and you need to be different. It doesn't take thousands of dollars to start. In fact, I started with $98 a week. When we started in practice, we didn't have a whole bunch of money, but I knew one thing was vital, and that was making sure we got the message out there. So we started with $98 a week. I prepaid all my advertising at that point in time, and in fact, we still do to a certain extent. As far as that marketing was concerned, they were the best dollars I ever spent, and they still are. We've sponsored the morning drive time weather a couple days a week, and I got to tell you what, it's continued to grow. Once it took hold and my phones began to ring and ring and ring, then came the next cash practice secret: how to handle that very important new patient phone call. Speaking of which, that's what our next video is going to be on. All you have to do to get it is just fill out the info in the box below, just put your name and email address, and within a minute or so, you're going to have an email with a link to the next video. Enjoy.